it's tickling a little bit because the fact that it's just doing a start, just sort of like just moving through it a little bit there, but it's okay. Okay, good. Alright, nothing wrong with that. Alright, nothing wrong with that.
So hopefully now Twitch can actually hear me. Let me know if you can. Well, hey, cool. That's good news. Well, good evening. Welcome to the first ever of my quiz nights, which may or may not continue. Who knows? It just all depends on whether this actually works or not. Welcome to everyone in chat. I can see names such as Catnip and Daniel Peak and Wallix and Porku, and I saw Rex earlier, and Jerry and DRM are cool, and Clive of Legend, and there's various people also joining me here in Discord, such as Keshi Head, Minty Python, Natter, Rex as mentioned before. Ellis is here in Discord as well. Cool. And Alex is here. Whoa, okay. Lots of people. Holy shit, is that actually accurate? 40 people. Oh my god, okay. Not much of a stress test then. It's me thinking it's probably just going to be like 10, 15 people. No, 40. Okay. Alright, breathe. Breathe. So, let us try and launch the game up and see what happens. Take that music off. And go to this one. Hello, you can see me now. Hi. Key. Yeah, it's settled down to 25 now. Okay, I can hear that now. It's quite loud for me. So I'm going to turn the music down a bit so I can actually hear myself think. Put some questions on. Hopefully this should be connected to the right chat and everything. He says. Whew, okay. Right then. So, when I hit the Start New Twitch Game button, there will be a new lobby created. And it'll have a 4-character code. And you enter in that code in Twitch chat. And then you will be entered into the lobby to be picked for the next round. For those wanting to know how to whisper on Twitch, near the chat window on the right, there should be a little button at the bottom which looks like a sort of chat bubble thing. If you click that, and if you search for the bot name, which is QuizBot3000, you should then get a whisper box for that, and then you can start submitting your responses in there if you want to submit your answers privately. Hopefully it will all work. I imagine there will be things that won't work, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So here we go for the first lobby. Code is FAAJ. Cool, it's actually working. Oh my god, look at this. Now, in my limited testing, I was only running with at most 2 people at once. That was me and me. Currently, we have 10 users join. We've got DRM, Mas, Cool, Keshi Head, Clive of Legend, Drahuska, Quizzy Daniel Peak, It's My Yard Rex, Catnip, Wallix, RJ Cards, Lupin1, Nata IKH has just joined as well. Welcome. Now, it will pick one person to be the hot seat player to play the entire game out. Now, everyone else, you can still answer along with the game. You just won't be, controlling the actual game flow. Everything will earn you experience points, and there's some fakey prize that I haven't got at all for, those with the highest experience, the best places on the leaderboards, etc. Answers are better going to the bot in a form whisperer. If you don't want to give the answer away, then yes, you could give the answer away if you want in actual Twitch chat. It's up to you. You could also put fake answers in Twitch chat just to throw them off if you really wanted to be, really hard done. Now, because this is all implementing via a chat bot and not through a extension, all of those playing in spectator mode, you're not going to get any sort of feedback back telling you how many you got right as you go along or anything like that. And I've yet to work on a end screen that gives you all that information either. I've got all that information logged because I'm working through it as the posts come in. But yeah, I don't have a proper leaderboard to display that at the end as yet. So that's it is what it is. It's a work in progress type thing. Now I imagine, I don't know if people can actually hear me in the Discord or not. Can you hear me, Rex? I don't know. Rex isn't responding to me. Maybe he is. Oh, okay, fair enough. No worries. We've got Stoshka and Cool Dude who've joined in on this one. Now, we've got lots of people who've just been following me as well. Tipster, Skyward, Lupin1, Walex, Google Numbers, RJ Cards, Elias has just followed me, thank you. Clive of Legend, DRM, are cool, Keshi Head, Jerry Aris, and from other people that have been following earlier on today, Critzy, Dazarino, Egg Fried Cheese, Tensuar, Natter, Dr. Bebop, Yoshi, and Bien Carmel. Thank you very much all for following.
Ash, can you leave the squadron lounge, please?
Can I leave? Yeah, sure I can leave.
Otherwise I get an echo.
That's no problem, yeah. I'll just do the hosting malarkey and then, yeah, you can have a little chat if you want. Okay. Thank you for following there, Drahuska. Oh, I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it, Drahuska? I'm going to say yes it is, but it's probably not. Yes, also that, Catnip, indeed. Right. Okay. Are we ready to start the first round? Almost, but it's okay. Alright. I'll take it. If everyone's in for the first game, I'm going to hit the start button. And everything will play out automatically, hopefully. Let's see what happens. It's my yard. You are the first contestant. Good luck. Everyone else, you can still play along as a spectator. Submit your answers by whisper to QuizBot3000. You've got 15 seconds of inspection time before your first question. And here we go. Let's go full screen as well. There you go. Here we go. The Canadian flag features a leaf from which type of tree? Maple is correct. What was the name of the coffee shop in the hit sitcom Friends? Central Perk 15 correct. What piece by Handel includes the Hallelujah chorus? In passing that one. According to ancient Roman religion, who was the god of the sea? Pitting. Got 15 seconds. That's your first pit stop. One pass taken, no strikes. You're currently 2 questions through at $5,000. And you're back in play. Forty-three Poseidon incorrect. What movie character ghoul is summoned by repeating his name 3 times? Beetlejuice correct. You've had 1 minute. Which body part is affected by a hepatic laceration? Hepatic laceration. Liver is correct. What term describes an autonomous humanoid machine governed by 3 laws preventing them from harming humans? That was incorrect. Bailout is now active. On which popular website do users send tweets? Twitter's correct. Which animal is on the golden Flemish flag? Passing that one. According to an old proverb, what gathers no moss? Rolling Stone correct. Which comedian played Tim Taylor and Buzz Lightyear? You've had half your time, 2 minutes remaining. You still have one pit stop as well. Alan's correct. What common name is given to the American 10-cent piece? I'm correct. What group? It was made up of the Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. Difficult one, this. One and a half minutes left. Three Musketeers correct. Which character in The Wizard of Oz is lacking a brain? Currently 9 questions in, $40,000. Scarecrow's correct. What temperature is the boiling point of water in Celsius? You're half the way through. You've got 1 minute left. $100 correct. How many stars are on the American flag? 50 seconds remaining. You still have one pit stop. $50 is correct. If still standing, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon would be found in what modern country? 30 seconds remaining. You've got your last pit stop. You're using it now. If still standing, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon would be found in what modern country? You've got 5 seconds until you're back in play. You're back in play. Got 20 seconds left. If you want to leave with the money, you've got to bail. 15. You bailed. Congratulations, you bailed with 14.9 seconds remaining. Oh, well, that kind of all worked. And there we go. There's the XP earned this game with the top 10. Clive a legend there, 163 XP. RJ Cuds, 157. Catnip, 149. Daniel Peak, 147. It's My Yard there, 120. Looping 103. Cool Dude, 82. Cool, 75. Drahuska, 29. And Nata down there with 15. There'll probably be others as well that have earned some points, but they didn't get into the top 10 there. And then if we just come through here, best wins there, It's My Yard with $80,000. And this one here is just my test run. But oh, that really worked. Cool. What were you saying there? That was fun. 5 to 7 second delay from the Twitch stream on my end, but that could just be me. I was paying more attention to the text chat. Yeah, that's why I'm putting the questions out in the text chat, just so you get that ahead of the stream delay. I do have this in low latency mode, so it should be, for those that can run it, something like 3 seconds delay, but 5 to 7 is sort of an average. Yeah, as Jason's saying, I've got the low latency on, so for those that can do it, it's quite quick. But cool, that all worked. And then there's the XP tree currently. Clive, Cards, Catnip, and Daniel Peak currently already on level 2. There's your next level XPs. Welcome, Kirby Chew. Welcome. If you are confused, you just need to type in bang help, and it will give you a HTML page to tell you what's going on. Cool. Let's get you into a new lobby so you can all join in on the next game. There we go. New lobby is TDFY. So you can join this lobby. It's My Yard. Since you've already played, it should. Now, this was something I put in only about 2 hours ago. it should exclude you from playing Hot Seat again, but you can still play a spectator. Oh, Hendred, I see you there now. Hello. Whew, cool. Also, Elias, some of those questions. Jeez. Didn't really get a chance to read a lot of those questions. I just chucked it in the CSV reader and just hoped it all worked. And it seems to be working. Ooh, well, we've got 19 joined in at the moment. So if the exclusion code works, then everyone's got a 1 in 18 chance of joining, apart from It's My Yard, who's just going to be playing a spectator this time round. And we've got about 40 viewers, according to Twitch. That's crazy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Yes, well, if this does work really well, and let's put it back onto this layout here quickly. If it does work out really well, then yes, I'm going to need lots and lots of questions. Let's go for partner. Yes. Let's get affiliate first, eh? Theme games as well, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing, is I want to try and make these all kind of quiz show related. Can you back out? Yeah, now, that's a problem. I didn't add in a command to do that, so you're not backed out, unfortunately, Android. Let's just hope you don't get picked. I do have a abandon game command, though, so we can abandon the game. That's not a problem. So if you do get picked, we can abandon it. What do you mean full game? As in the whole winning lines starting from 49 down to the Wonderwall? Is that what you're on about, Uzumaki? Yes. In future, maybe. That kind of does depend on consistently having an audience of at very least 49 that are going to join to play the game, really, in essence. The only... No, I was going to say that actually does work, because there may be a bit of a throw-up with the timing of entering in the answers, because that was how the entry mechanism worked for the first 6, wasn't it? It was like who got the answer right the quickest for the first 6, for those 6 questions. Timing's a bit iffy with the IRC stuff. There's no guarantee of the order that they come in, really. You can get around like a 0.2 second kind of latency on the text, but anything tighter than that, it's a bit harder to kind of... Yeah, it's a bit harder to kind of narrow down. Yeah, it'd have to be some sort of other system of entering in through that, and then also with the buzzers on the getting to know number... Oh, what's it called? Knowing number 1 or whatever it's called. What was that? Good question for Rush. Not sure you can force audience without hot seat. No, currently you can't force just being... actually, yes you can. At the moment, you don't actually have to join in on the lobby to join in as a spectator. So yes, that is true. So yeah. I should have probably made that a bit clearer in the HTML page, though. So yeah, you can just join in as a spectator. You don't actually have to. If you don't join in the lobby, then you still can play. I believe that's the case. Whew, okay. Right, 21 joined. Let's start a new game off if everyone's ready. Oh, 22. You just got in there. Okay, I'm starting now. Oh! Alright, I'm going to have to abandon the game. Hopefully abandon works. Yep, it does work. Good. Well, at least that worked. I hadn't even tested that. Oh, it counts as a win for you. You got a free win there, 100. You somehow managed to get $2,500 as well, which shouldn't be a prize you get for 0. Well, this is why we do these tests. Okay, let's start a new lobby off. Sorry about that, everybody. So yeah, if you want to join in just as a spectator, you don't have to join in the lobby. Oh my god. Well, yeah. At least that command worked. Yes, you can just spectate, Hendrid, sorry. Again, I'm not making it clear enough. But teething problems. Hey, teething problems. That's why we do these playtests. How do you whisper DMM? Down below, near the chat column, as it were, down at the bottom, there should be a little speech bubbly button. That's the whispers. If you click that and then search for the bot name, which is what do we call it? Quizbot 3000. Yeah, if you search for that user, then you can start whispering to the Quizbot 3000, and you submit your answers in there. You can submit in the public text if you want, but that's if you want to give away the answers that you're giving away to, you know, the hot seat player. I'll leave it open for another 30 seconds, and then we'll start this round off again. Thank you, Cool Dude, for the highlight. Thank you. Yes, you can do that as well, as Catnip says. You can click on the username of the person you want to whisper to. Hot Seat can play either from chat or from whisper. It doesn't matter, but it will come up on the screen either way in the little speech bubbly thing by the avatar. Quizbot 3000 asks you. Quizbot 3000. Ten more seconds and then we'll start. Right, here we go. Good luck. Jerry Eris, you're up. And let's go full screen. Here's your 15 seconds of inspection time. Good luck. What is the largest island in the Caribbean Sea? That's correct. Which ancient civilization constructed Quetzalcoatl in what? Tenochtitlan? Maybe. Pronunciation guide, please. Aztec correct. What colour is absinthe? Absinthe is green. Why did that happen? Or did you give it the wrong number, maybe? In what year was Nelson Mandela inaugurated President of South Africa? You may have given the wrong number on that one. Let me just say. Yeah, wrong answer number, correct, yeah. Wait, did it pick two greens? Might have picked two greens, possibly. Bronze is an alloy consisting primarily of tin and what other element? Didn't manage to... Okay. What animal has the largest ears? Okay, so that was a bug I was trying to fix, and apparently I didn't get to fix it. What video game character is often tasked with saving the Kingdom of Hyrule? Because one of the question banks I've got has got answers that cross over with the answer question bank that Elias has written. Which metallic element is liquid at room temperature? And I thought I put in a exclusion for that, but clearly not. Which trident-wielding god is the Hindu god of destruction? So there may be other cases where that happens again, and I apologise in advance. Shiva's correct. Grand Canyon is located in which US state? You've had half your time, you still have 2 pit stops. And you also have 2 passes. Arizona's correct. Which planet shares its name with the creator of Snickers and Twix? Mars is correct. According to an old proverb, what gathers no moss? We've had this question already. Is also that I need to do as well, so it stopped picking the same bloody questions. What film chronicles the life of a famous musician competing against rival Antonio Salieri? Still have 2 pit stops. You still have 2 passes. That was correct. Which character in The Wizard of Oz is lacking a brain? We've had that question as well. Thank you for the follow there, Noble Apple. Scarecrow's correct. What video game princess rules the kingdom of Hyrule? 13 questions down. Pit stop. Your first pit stop's been taken. What video game princess rules the kingdom of Hyrule? And we're back in play. That was apparently incorrect. Wrong answer number was given. What was the name of the coffee shop in the hit sitcom Friends? Bailout is now active. Oh, we've got 2 Zeldas as well. Okay. Okay. Fine. I didn't think that there were 2 Zeldas in the answer pool. What artist was known for cutting off his own ear and sunflowers? Bailout is active. You've got 30 seconds left. You still have 1 pit stop. You still have 2 passes. What term is used in many video games as a term for an extra life? 20 seconds left. If you want to leave with the money, you've got to bail. 15 seconds. Which chess piece can only move diagonally? Pit stop taken. You've got about 12 seconds of actual time left. Which chess piece can only move diagonally? You're back in play. 10 seconds left. Which animal is on the Golden Flemish flag? You've bailed out. Congratulations. 18 out of 20 there with $400,000 of virtual currency. Let's see how well everyone else has done in that one. Clive, 229. Catnip, 207. You catching up there. Jerry, 180. Jason, 163. Daniel Peak, 159. It's My Yard, 133. Lupine, 128. Cool, 127. Rex, 122. And DMM, JRB, down there on 99. So now if we look at the best wins, Jerry is now the top there with 18 out of 20. With 7.08 seconds remaining. And if we go to the totals at the moment, Clive is still in the lead there on 392 experience. Then it's Catnip on 356, Daniel Peak 306, It's My Yard 253, Lupine 231, Cool on 202, Cards 194, Jerry 180, Cool Dude 2 164, and Jason Cook UK 163. Cool. Let's see what everyone's been saying there while I was reading all that info out. Next time. Things to note, nothing's been read into answer number 5. It's been X both times. I know that X is an answer that I'm expecting in one of the questions. Just X on its own. So that isn't a mistake per se. Let's see what else. I think the number of questions correct is right, but the prize award in the leaderboard is wrong. Is it one off, maybe? I think I've copied the prize ladder from the American version, but I might be wrong. It might be a off by 1 error, possibly, as well. It's My Yard. If you answer after the hot seat player has answered, it will try and associate it to the previous question as well and give you like a small XP boost for that rather than a regular question boost. So it should still count for the previous question, but it also can count for the current question as well if different questions arrive by that time. Let's see what that. So yeah, there were duplicate answers in there, which is something I need to fix. Need to fix the question picking the same questions over and over again. Showed 500k on the leaderboard, but the award was 400k. Okay, so... Oh! Yes, because the thing on the bottom will be showing... Oh, right, that is an off by 1 error. Thank you for that, Jason. Thank you. No worries. Thank you, Jerry, for confirming. Yeah, 2020 resolution to avoid those. Well, I've got this stream to use as reference for later, so that's good. Catnip. Exact spelling is not absolutely required. There is a... I'm going to start a new game off for everyone to join while I answer this question. When you're giving the text answer, there's a confidence value of 0.5 that it's looking for. So you can be kind of right, and it will take it. So if if your spelling's a bit off, or you're trying to type really fast, then it's okay. Other common cases of if there's a definite article in front of it, like the moon or something, typing in moon should be good enough in those cases as well. So it's not as strict on the text, but it is super strict on the number, because that's the entire thing of this game, is that you have to have the number with the answer. Yes, it is a bit irritating that I have to do the numbers, the answer numbers as words. It's just there to prevent it from getting, confused with the actual answer numbers. In an ideal world, these questions wouldn't have numerical answers probably, so anything kind of mathy related would just going to get thrown out the window unless you're talking about terms like infinity or golden ratio as an answer. So yeah. How do you submit questions, ask you? So either in public chat or via Whisper, if you whisper to QuizBot3000. That's how you submit answers. Oh, how do you submit questions? Sorry, questions. I'm guessing you mean questions to be asked. In that case, get in contact with me after the stream and I'll sort that out. Elias has kindly provided me with a 130 question pool for this, and I've tacked on the other 249 question test pools that I had that I tested on Elias. So we've got about 200 questions, but there are some crossover answers, unfortunately. Which is why we're getting these duplicate answers and ones that don't match properly, unfortunately. But hey, first public run, we're going to find these errors somehow, and it's good that we're getting them on the first time round and not like 10 streams down the line and it's like, why has it been working absolutely fine all this time? Oh, thank you very much, Kirby Chew. Yes, well, that'll be the intention, is that... Let's put it back onto this more friendly one. Hello again. The intention being is that if this becomes a proper thing, that I would have, standard general knowledge nights, themed nights for game sort of game-related questions, maths-related questions, programming-related questions, anything. There'll just be different question banks that I just switch on and off, basically. I was even thinking about I could do different nights where we play by the different rules. So you can play by the UK rules, where there are no passes, no strikes. It's just straight 3 minutes, do as best as you can, kind of thing. Or I can go hardcore mode where you can't get an answer wrong or something crazy like that. So we're gonna Spaghetti Junction music hype. Oh god, yeah. I need to put that in somehow, but the problem is all those sound bumpers are for holidays in the UK. There weren't equivalent ones for a monetary value in the US version, I don't think. But yes, if I put it into UK mode, then yes, I would put that on. And just find some stock footage of Spaghetti Junction. Can you play if you're Ru VV? Of course you can. You just have to write all your answers in crayon. Mm-hmm. Oh, right, okay. Alright, I'm going to keep this open for about 20 seconds and I'll start the next round. Would you be a man, would you? Oh, got Alex in there now. Welcome, Alex. What is a spaghetti junction? It's a UK reference. Okay, I'm going to hit the start button. Good luck. Natter, you're up. So here we go. Let's see if we don't have any more craziness happening. And let's go full screen game as well. Thank you. I see elephant as an answer again. That's not promising. Name the Disney film featuring the voices of James Earl Jones and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Lion King is correct. What word could come after income, inheritance, and counsel? Tax is correct. When referring to an establishment that sells alcoholic drinks, what is the word pub short for? You've used 1 minute. Public house is correct. Which type of wrench is known as gas grips and a song by the Foo Fighters? Gas grips. Gas grips? Gas grips. Monkey, correct. What term describes an act of coming together or a political legislative body? Pit stop. That's your first pit stop you've taken. What term describes an act of coming together or a political legislative body? 3 more seconds and you're back in play. You're back in play. You're passing that one. Hematology is the branch of medicine concerned with the study of what? Cool dude, you can answer during the pits if you are a spectator, yes. Blood is correct. What schoolteacher disappears in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? You've used half of your time. 1 pass left, 1 pit stop left. You still have all 3 strikes left. Crane is correct. What flavour is Cointreau? One and a half minutes left. Orange is correct. In The Simpsons, what is the name of Homer's oldest child? Bart is correct. What word for a humanoid robot comes partly from the Greek for self? We have 1 minute left. Still have 1 pass, 1 pit stop. 8 questions down. If you can't find it, pass it and move on. 40 seconds left. Or use a pit stop. 30 seconds left. Bail is now active. That's the one. There you go. 20 seconds left. What chicken restaurant chain is closed on Sundays to allow their employees time to attend religious services? You got 12 seconds left. If you need to if you want the money, you got to bail now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bail! You ran out of time. You ran out of time, and you leave with nothing. Unlucky, unlucky. Let's see how everybody else did in that game. Clive again at the top there with 141. Tipster, new second place there, 133. Catnip's all the way down on 7th that time on 111, I see. Jerry, 3rd there, 127. Daniel Peak, 126. Lupine, 119. Jason Cook, 112. Catnip, as I said, 111. Cool, 97. Natter, 90. Rex, down there at 88. Those are the wins there. So there should be a best timeout. Yep, there's a best timeout entry there with 9 questions correct. Whew. And let's look at how everyone's doing on the XP leaderboard. Clive, they're still up top with 533. Catnip, 467. Daniel Peak catching up there, 432. Looping 1, 350. Jerry, 307. Cool, 299. Jason Cook, 275. It's My Yard, 253. Cool Dude, 246. And Rex Kick, 210. Cool. How's everybody else saying? Let's start a new round off. And let's see what everyone was saying there. Yeah, unlucky on that one, Natter. Yeah, that round did have quite a few weird questions in there that I certainly didn't know the answer to, like the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Would not have gotten that one at all. Well, yeah, you slipped all the way down to 7th place, Catnip. I was expecting you to be back up there in the 2nd or 3rd place again, but no, you slipped all the way down to 7th that time round. Oh, is that a YouTube link there, Jason Cook, for the Spaghetti Junction thing? I can give you permission to actually post that link if you want. Rather than, you know, submitting it like that. Let me permit you. There you go. You can actually post the actual link if you want, rather than the circuitous one. There you go. Whew. So, everyone, how is everyone finding this then? I want your critical opinions on it, really. Oh, Westernator, yeah. Well, that's where I've got all this music from, is Westernator. He's just been an absolute god in finding all that music. Oh, I'm glad people are finding this really good. BMN, yeah. And at the moment, I haven't got any mechanism to chuck out the information back for everyone that played. Just because it's just a sheer amount, and chat bots are completely restricted with whispers, with good reason. I keep forgetting to go back to this one. Hello. It's just so that people can't develop bots that just spam absolutely every user under the sun. So in future, there will be a command that you'll be able to put in, like bang rank or something, that tells you, you know, how many you know, what your XP is, or how many questions you got right in the last round or something, and it'll be able to respond back to you. The problem is with the responding back to you part, but yeah. Oh, cool. Kind of loving it. SCU's more for me. That's fine. It's not for everyone. It's really awesome for me to see this. Is, you know, this is sort of like the Twitch plays Catane, but on a completely different plane of existence, and I really enjoy this. Just watching it and just hosting this is amazing. Issues and bugs have been discussed already. Yep. Really tense. Cool. Well, that's what it wants to be like. It wants to be tense. Not been really interactive. Yeah, I get that. It's difficult because it's a one player system, so it's not really interactive. The next, I mean, there's the idea that I can make this the entire winning line system where I start from 49 players working down all the way to 1, which is a bit more interactive. Or another one which I thought of possibly doing later down the lines as another game is 1 versus 100, which would work better as a sort of interactive thing. So then it's basically everyone is playing and they're actually playing. What we got? Hello there, Sam Fun. Welcome. Bien Carmel's a lot of fun. Cool. Don't know half the questions, so probably I don't get hot seats. Well, if you don't want to get a hot seat, you don't actually have to submit a room code. You can still play spectator without submitting a room code. If you don't want to be in the hot seats, that's entirely fine as well. Exactly, Jason. Exactly. In terms of questions, it's nice to have questions with multiple potential corrects. Yes. Well, the way that Elias did write the questions was in sort of groups where they were very similarly grouped together. Unfortunately, again, this is on me. I don't have any mechanism yet of grouping those together properly as a question bank. It's just plucking questions at random from the entire lot, rather than saying pick these 2 and these 3 because they are nice together. But yes, entirely correct, Daniel Peak, entirely correct. I'm sure I'm way back. Elias has just covered what I just said. This is quite possibly the best thing I've seen on Twitch. Thank you, Grunkle. That's high praise. Thank you very much. And works well with a low latency. Cool. Yes, please. Oh, yes. Is that in response to 1 versus 100? It looks like it is. Yeah, everyone else is saying 1 versus 100. Yeah, that would be the next one, because I loved playing 1 versus 100 on Xbox Live. That was perfect. That was brilliant. You just have like 20,000 people all playing 1 versus 100 at once, and it just worked. It's just brilliant. So bringing that over to Twitch as a Twitch interactive thing, that would just work as well. Especially if you can get your hands on that lovely British music. Oh, what? The British music package for 1 versus 100? I don't know. I'm kind of meh on the music package for that one. I kind of prefer the US one. Oh, did you, Elias? I did not know that. Cool. Yeah, that's the real question, Lupine One, is British style, American style. I was discussing this with Elias the other day, that I know of now at least 5 different rule sets for 1 versus 100 from various different locations. So that one may be a case of I just do it in different styles each week and we see what sticks. Yes, thank you, Bien Carmelia. I need to change the wording of that so that if you don't want to be a hot seat player, then you can just play along without having to put the room code in. Yeah. Secret Fortune went. Oh, that's an interesting one. Interesting choice. Maybe I'll put that on the ideas list. Thank you, Lupine. That's the first time I've heard a Brit say they prefer something American. It's I don't know. I kind of like the 1 versus 100 US style more than the UK one. I don't know why. I know the UK one there's got more. It's got the whole you can't leave at all unless you defeat everyone, and a very simple £1,000 per person eliminated unless you play a double. But no, the American one, I don't know. It just seems more hype for me. But hey, it's different strokes, different folk. But that was it's actually a Dutch format that it works from, I think. That was the original format, wasn't it? It was a Dutch lottery format, if I'm right. Maybe. Anyway, I'm nattering. Everyone joined up that want to join in? If so, I will hit the button and we will go for the next round. Let's dodge this. I'm sure you meant let's do this, but Dutch lottery format. Cool, thank you. Right, here we go. Good luck. Rex, you're up. Good luck, Rex. Oh, here we go. 15 seconds of preview time, and then we're into your first question. All the best. How many dominoes are in a standard double six set? Ooh, this is a difficult one. There's a nice, easy way to work out the number, but damn, that's still a difficult question just to throw out there. Yeah. What colour is absinthe? Let's. Well, we've had this already as a question. Let's just hope that there's not multiple of the answer. You put the wrong number in there. Whoa, oh dear. Oh, 2 strikes there. You put the wrong number in on the first one there as 356, and then you corrected yourself and it got accepted for the second question. Oh dear. What is the longest river in Africa? Oh, we had that other question again, didn't we? Oh well. Well, it's not looking good for you, Rex, at the moment. You're now on 2 strikes. What additional card or cards is added to a standard 52 card deck, usually as wild cards? Oh, English on that one, Elias needs working on. Game, set, match is an expression used to indicate a competitor has won the game in which sport? To indicate a competitor that has won. Okay. In which country is the Great Wall? We're finding English problems now in the questions. China is correct. Which character in The Wizard of Oz is lacking a brain? Scarecrow's correct. What bird was released from Noah's Ark to find land? Dove is correct. Which part of the body contains the quadriceps? Still have 1 pass. You have 2 pit stops as well. You've used half your time. Legs is correct. If still standing, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon would be found in what modern country? Passing that one. No more passes left. If still standing, the Lighthouse of Alexandria would be found in what modern country? So clearly picked that group together this time, and then it just gave both questions at the same time. In cooking, margarine is used as a substitute for what ingredient? 1 minute 15 left. You still have 2 pit stops. Bailout is active. Butter is correct. What number of Pokemon appeared in the first generation of the Pokemon series? I don't think passes should reveal as of the US rules, but not certain, Bodicum. Pitting. That's your first pit. What number of Pokemon appeared in the first generation of the Pokemon series? Oh, is that actually David Bodicum, maybe? Oh, maybe. You're back in play. 45 seconds left. It is that answer, Rex, but without the exclamation mark. Welcome, David Bodicum. Welcome. That's correct. 30 seconds left. The expression "oy vey" comes from what language? You still have 1 pit stop left. Bailout is active. Pitting. We've got 11 questions down. The expression "oy vey" comes from what language? That's brilliant. That all will come up. You got to answer now, Rex. There you go. 20 seconds left. You're bailing. Don't blame you. You win $70,000. 19.8 seconds remaining. Oh, you had a right mare there, didn't you? So yeah, note to other players: be careful submitting your numbers, because if you get it wrong and then try and correct yourself, you might double strike yourself. Let's see how we did this time. Oh, Jason on the top there, 179. Well done. Jerry, 176. Clive, 163. DMM, 156. Tipster with 152. Catnip, 6th place. It's 1 place better, 146. Cool Dude, all the way up to 7th this time, 142. Daniel Peak, 137. Celtic Observer, 132. Lupine 130. So does that place Rex? Rex is currently in 2nd place because he got a slightly better time at the end there. He bailed with 19.8 seconds left rather than 14.97. And then if we look at the total leaderboard, there we go. Clive of Legend, 696. Catnip catching up, 613. Daniel Peak, 569. Jerry, 483. Lupine, 480. Jason Cook, 454. Cool, 425. Cool Dude, picking it up now, 388. DMM, 336. And Tipster down there, 335. Cool. Let's start a new game off. Let everyone join, and then I'll catch up with all those messages that I can see. So yeah, Rex, watch out for those TP style commands, because it's not the same. It's not the same here. Oh, that was a good one for you, Cool Dude. And yeah, Clive, I know, yeah. You're hoping to get number 1 all evening. Well, you're currently still number 1 overall, but yeah, you lost the number 1 place on that one in that round. Let's go back to the friendly cam. You might be getting XP, Fabe, it's just not displaying in the top 10. If people are interested at the end, I'll try and screen cap a dump of the Esculite table that it's storing in, because it'll just be easier that way, that I can just capture that. Again, Asu, you probably are on the board somewhere, it's just you can't see. Egg Fried, you can join in, as you've already done, you've just joined in on the room code there, if you want to be in the hot seat. You'll get back to the high spots, Ash, don't worry, indeed, Catnip. Jerry, there will be eventually, just I didn't have enough time to get it in place for tonight. Oh yeah, but it was only my test run, Fabe, don't worry, it was only my test run. Let's see, how we going? See, I didn't know about the US version of Winning Lines today. Yeah, I only knew about it when I googled it, well, YouTube searched it and saw that there was a US version. I was like, what? I thought it was just UK. And no, there is a US version. And did they just use the UK set? Is that all they did? Because it looked very similar. I know there's like an Italian one, and I think a Vietnamese or Taiwan-based version of it, but they're all basically the same rule set. Oh, thank you, Egg Fried Cheese. Thank you. Oh, thank you, DMM. It would be absolutely awesome if you could write some question sets. You're watching via phone, Bodycam. Cool, no worries. Vote on your phones now. Cool. Need a Twitch the Chase. Well, there's a what's it called? The Chase VGM, hosted by some New Zealander, I think. And it's the Chase on Twitch, but all the questions are video game music's original soundtrack related, I think. So there is a Chase out there on Twitch already. It's not a generic version. It's quite highly specific already. Whispering the quiz bot, if I'm not in the hot seat, still works. Yep. You can whisper or you can public chat. Doesn't matter either way. But then you would need a chaser whistle, Elias, indeed. That'd be awesome, actually, if I could get some good people that I know can turn up on a regular basis. Then could do a proper chase style where we actually have an actual decent quizzer versus a team of people or an amassment of people. You'll just make questions based around video games and anime. Yeah, well, themed nights, Call of Duty themed nights. Catnip as a chaser probably would work as well. Same layout of the answer, egg fried cheese. I don't know what you mean by that. If you check the exclamation mark help, that tells you the format that you can submit answers in. Jason Cook UK, really? I don't know what you mean by really there. I'm just catching up on chat. What about that rubbish One versus the World or whatever it's called? I know there was the People versus. I know that was a thing, and that would kind of work in a kind of Jackbox style where you have like a 3 to 5 minute setup time where people just submit questions. I don't know how you would validate those as actually being correct answers. You just have to be on the honor roll for that or something. But you could do a people versus kind of thing there, yeah. Where people submitted questions and yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's the problem, is that you would need someone to verify that the questions and answers given were actually legit and not just bullshit. What is the capital of Sweden? 43. Cool. Okay. I'm going to start the next game off in about 10 seconds. Thank you, Catnip. Oh yeah, 43. That's the number I used in the example page. I thought I just plucked that number out of thin air, but no, I used that on the example page. Okay, is everyone in that wants to be in? Here we go. Cool dude, you are up this time. Good luck. "15 seconds of inspection time." Now, this is what? You got 2 greens. Well, good luck with the greens. Which country was led by Muammar Gaddafi until 2011? Now, I imagine eventually we will start running into a lot of duplicate questions, but it's a test stream, so. Did you just submit an answer there, Cool Dude, and it didn't do anything? You did, and it's not accepting that as an actual answer. Ooh! Congratulations, Cool Dude, you broke the game. Oh, that worked though. Submitting Livia worked. What? How did what? What? What cartoon character often avoids getting eaten by Sylvester? What? How did you do that? Okay, that was weird. That was the first time. Okay, correct answer, yeah. How do you say panda in Spanish? How are you able to submit an answer and it didn't accept it? I don't understand that. He's pitting. The question is, how do you say panda in Spanish? 5 seconds until you're back in play. You're back in play. That is correct. It is just panda. Which body part is affected by a subconjunctival hemorrhage? What? Subconjunctival hemorrhage. The answer was actually eye, not liver. What term is used for words or phrases with multiple similar starting consonant sounds? Yes, David, but it should accept the answer in either form. It should accept number then name or name then number. Alliteration is correct. What flavour is Cointreau? It's very weird that it didn't accept that Arabic one at all. I'm going to have to check the logs on that one. Orange one correct. The expression oy vey comes from what language? There we go, there's another repeated question. Yiddish is correct. What drink is known as the Uncola? The Uncola. You have 1 minute left, you still have 1 pit stop. You have 2 passes left. 7 up 31, correct. Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in which European mountain range? Alps is correct. Jim Davis was the cartoonist behind which widely syndicated comic strip? I wonder, did you submit a space in front of the Arabic or not? Or a space after? No. You're passing that one. Which fictional character is best friends with Piglet and obsessed with honey? You have 20 seconds left. Winnie Pooh correct. Canadian flag features a leaf from which type of tree? 15 seconds left. Bailing out is active. You still have 1 pit stop. Maple is correct. What was the name of the coffee shop in the hit sitcom Friends? 8 seconds. You bailing. You still had a pit stop you could have used. You still had a pit stop you could have used. Well, I'd be interested to see exactly what happened with that Arabic answer. Why that just didn't get processed. It came through because it clearly went on stream, but it didn't get processed as a valid answer combination for whatever reason. But neither did it strike you, so yeah, there you go. Let's see how well everyone did that round. Clive, there, back on number 1 again, 171. Chaotic Observer, 149. Cards, 148. Tied with DMM, 148. Catnip, 5th. Crawling up again, 1 more place, 140. Egg Fried Cheese, 126. Grunkle, tied there, 126. Tipster, 124. BMN, 119. Tied with Asset Key Z, 119. Where does that put Cool Dude on the best wins leaderboard? Puts him in 4th place under It's My Yard. And then if we look on the overall XP leaderboard, we see Clive is still on top with 867. Catnip, 2nd place, 753. Lupine, 590. Daniel Peak has gone down to 4th place, 569. Cool Dude there, 488. DMM 484, Jerry 483. Cool 470, Tipster 459, and Jason Cook UK 454. Right. Let's go for... We'll try go for maybe 2 more rounds, and then we'll see how we go. We'll allow that. Okay, here we go. Let me catch up with what everyone said in chat. Yeah, at least he didn't lose get any strikes for it, Cool Dude. But yeah, I'm confused as to why it didn't accept it as an answer. I will have to check the logs later to see if it caused an exception. Because I know there were problems I had in the past where it got really royally confused with the emotes. By the way, hang on, put it in this mode. By the way, freaking emotes are bloody awful to implement in Unity. They are just horrid. I've had to use Text Mesh Pro, and even that I've then had to jump through like 4 different hoops just to actually get the emotes to come through properly. And it's definitely not doing any of the BTTV or anything like that. It's just the standard Twitch emote set, because anything else is just it's hideous. It's hideous. It doesn't help that the version of TwitchLib that I'm using on Unity also doesn't do emotes properly at all. So I'm having to go around the C# library of TwitchLib just to get that to work properly as well. Oh yeah. Anyway, let's catch up with the people who have been following me. Thank you, Grunkle, for following. Thank you, DMM, for following. Asu, thank you for following. Noble Apple, thank you. Tipster, thank you for hosting. Paul Aesthetical, thank you for following. Stoshka, thank you. Drohuska, thank you. Tipster, Skyward, okay, we're caught up on those. Cool. At least he didn't get a green. Indeed, at least he didn't get a green. Oh, right. Natter. That was weird. So your message got held up by the auto mod system on Twitch. I didn't know exactly why. It was like, okay, imagine Clive going for it next. Doesn't seem to be particularly bad or offensive. So I allowed it, and it said, @bash used, add permitted term, Clive. Apparently Clive was a bad term. I have no idea why Clive is a bad term, but it is. Oh, hello there, Royal Flush. Welcome. No, I did not work out what happened with the Arabic answer, Tipster. I'm going to have to find out exactly why that is, but yeah, weird. So yeah, unless there's some popular Twitch streamer called Clive or something along those lines where the word Clive is just bad. Shrugs. So yes, Tipster, the picking of multiple of the same answers because there are multiple questions with that same answer. And although I tried to put in a very quick last-minute fix before it started, which I thought would work, it didn't actually exclude the answers, unfortunately. So there are still multiple of the same answer potentially being picked. I mean, it will also help in future when I do when the questions get put into proper banks of similarity. Then I just pick the banks of similarity out, and then colours will just be a bank of similarity by that point. So in theory, I wouldn't have the same answer come out. Maybe, I don't know. Still something to worry about in future. Yeah, the answer actually was Libya, but for some reason, him submitting Arabic 27, I think was the number, wasn't enough for it to actually trigger as giving an answer, which was bizarre. Eric36, thank you, Eric36. So thank you for breaking the game call, dude. It's highly appreciated. You do indeed have mad powers. Okay, I'm going to start the next one in 10 seconds. I should just have the start button be a countdown rather than me actually counting it down in my head. No more Iramon just joined in there. Just the more you know moment, indeed. Hopefully it won't re-pick you, cool dude. That was another thing I added at the last moment. Anyway, here we go. Picking someone at random. Here we go. Dazarino, you are in the hot seat this time round. Good luck, Daz. Here's your 15 seconds of inspection. What was the name of the Lone Ranger's horse? you don't know it, pass it. If you can't find it, there you go, you've passed it. According to ancient Roman religion, who was the god of the sea? Neptune is correct. What group was made up of Athos, Porthos, and Aramis? Or Aramis. I don't know how you pronounce that properly. Yes, Royal Flush, either in public chat or you can whisper to Quizbot 3000. If you can't find the answer, you've still got one more pass. You got it there. Three Musketeers is correct. How many valves does a trumpet have? Now, if there's any existing followers on my stream, they should know that answer. Yes, correct. Which musical composer wrote Air on the G string and the Goldberg variations? You still have 2 pit stops. You still have 1 pass. You still have all your strikes intact. Back is correct. Which body part is affected by a myocardial infarction? Myocardial infarction. Those are some words, aren't they? You've used about half of your time. That was correct. What regnal position does Elizabeth II hold? You still have 2 pit stops. That's Queen is correct. Which South American country is named after Venice? You still have 2 pit stops. You have 1 pass. Minute and 40 left. Venezuela is correct. In what 2006 disaster film are the survivors stranded in a capsized luxury liner? In what 2006 disaster film are the survivors stranded in a capsized luxury liner? I'm going to check the English on that sentence again. Pitting for the first time. Again, what 2006 disaster film are the survivors stranded in a capsized luxury liner? 5 seconds until you're back into play. You're back in play. Poseidon is correct. AU is the chemical symbol for which element? You have 1 minute left. All your strikes still intact. 1 pass, 1 pit. Gold is correct. Mark Zuckerberg was one of the founders of which social networking site? 45 seconds left. Facebook is correct. What animal's diet primarily consists of eucalyptus leaves? Not like that, Royal. I'll talk about it in a moment. 20 seconds left. Koala is correct. What are the stratus and cumulus types of? You still have 1 pit. You still have 1 pass. You will need to bail. Pitting. You've got about 13 seconds of time left when you come back into play. What are stratus and cumulus types of? You're back in play. You're bailing straight out. You bail out with $60,000 virtual. Well done. Let's see how everyone did. Oh, Clive all the way down into 6th place on that one. Oh dear. Wow, we've got some real good ones this time. Cards, 195. Jerry, 195. DMM, 165. Chaotic Observer, 164. Tipster, 164. Clive 11 there, 156. Asset, 156. BMN, 149. BN Carmel, 142. Catnip, 141. All the way down in 10th. Wow. Wow, really shaking it up that time. Let's see. Dazarino there, placed into 4th place on the best wins table, just below It's My Yard and just above Cool Dude. Yeah, I'll talk about whispering in a moment. It's different to atting. Then if we look at the actual table, Clive Legend is now galloping ahead, 1,023. First to break the 1,000 barrier. Catnip in second, 894. Lupine1702, Jerry678, DMM 649, Tipster 623, DM Recall 590, Daniel Peak 569, Rex 559, and Cards 537. So Catnip is still second overall. Let's start the new game off. The new room code. So Royal, if Egg Frida's told you how to get to the Whisper, has he told you how to get to the Whisper already or not? I can't tell. Well, I know you were chatting, doing it all public chat there. If you want to, if you just scroll up the chat and to see where Quizbot 3000 has typed, if you click on that username, there should be an option to go to Whisper, and then that'll pop up a Whisper box. So you found the Whisper box. Okay, cool. No worries. So yeah, all those that are sort of sitting down in the ranks at the moment, there's no way of expressing how well you've done, just because chatbots are hella limited on Twitch for good reason. I could probably get it to spit out lots of messages, but I have to apply to Twitch to actually up the limits on the bot to do that. So how are we doing? Oh, thank you, Catnip. That's really appreciated. So I've been kind of messing around with this as a prototype idea for a while, not as Twitch related, just as a prototype, just for doing the Wonderwall, because I like the Wonderwall. And I keep forgetting to switch to this mode. I need to get OBS to do an auto switch when I switch to these particular menus. It only came to me like the end of last year. It's like, why don't I make this Twitch chat capable? That just makes so much sense. And I've already broken through how to do a Twitch plays something with Twitch plays Contain. So it's just taking that and going, right, okay, let's stick a quiz show on it and see what happens. And this just works. Wonderwall is best wall indeed. And then Grunkle there with the Wonderwall meme that I was only made aware of earlier in the week. Yes, Royal, that definitely does interest me, doing this as a regular thing, and having different questions per week or something like that. But it's a lot of effort to get involved in doing that. I'm not the best question setter, so I'd have to get a decent community of people that do question setting well. I know Catnip does, I know Elias does, I know there have been a few people already promoting themselves as wanting to do it as well, and I will gladly accept lots of question setters if they can come up, if they can bring them up to me and pull all the resources together so we can get a nice question database out of it. So we'll see. Let's have a look at you. Do you have any plans for selling this or making a non-Twitch version? I dig playing this with my family. Yeah, well, if you keep, I don't know if you've been kind of paying attention, but on the main menu there's the manual mode as well, and that is just sort of a you just host it as you want mode rather than a Twitch mode, so you can play it kind of from the comfort of your own home, as it were. So yeah, I don't know if I'd actually end up selling it. I might just open source it. The problem with selling it is clearly the licensing issues with everything, because I'm using the logo from the show, and I'm using the same theme style as the show in the background. I'm using the same music from the show, so everything would kind of have to change if I were to sell it, just, from a legal perspective. Whereas if I leave it open source, it's just sort of like, oh, it's just a kind of passion project. I don't mean I don't mean to encroach on any copyright claims or anything like that. So, yeah, there's still wishy-washiness with copyright with that anyway, even as an open source project. But so yeah, we'll cross that bridge later down the lines, I guess. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see where it was. I'm surprised you don't make the game Fake Strike yet, Ash. Well, Rex nearly kind of did that earlier with the double strike, but yeah. Question for me, yes, what? Egg fried cheese, no. You can whisper if you want to. However, as the hot seat player, any answers you come up with will come up on screen. It'll just come up above your avatar on the actual stream screen, so just be aware of that. But yes, you can whisper your answers as a hot seat player if you wanted to. What else we got? Yeah, as Nata says, either is good. Clive, nice, double nice. Need to do something about the sore throat. Well, that's just because I'm talking a lot, but I've got orange juice. And I've got some water as well when that runs out. It's just a lot of talking, that's all it is. And I don't normally do a lot of talking. Yeah, Egg Friday, even though it's not been on TV for years, it's still all copyrighted for, at the very least, something like 70 years worth. So, it's, that's the problem with it. If you put it on Steam, is it still copyrighted? Exactly, same problem. If I put it on Steam, even if I'm putting it on Steam for free, then it's kind of on Steam to be aware that I'm doing it as well. So I might be in bad standing then, and I'll get kicked off Steam entirely. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, as Bodicum says, around 75 years just for the music alone. Any ideas, like the actual game idea itself, is probably okay. There's not really a copyright on that. But certainly on the logo, I don't know how long the logo's artwork would last for, but music is something like 75 years. But we can cross that bridge later anyway. Delay between you speaking and the bot asking the question means you could theoretically answer before you ask the question. Yeah, possibly, Royal. Yeah, possibly. "75 years after the death of composer." Oh, yeah, after the death, of course. It's not 75 years from inception. It's 75 years posthumously. Okay. Yeah. If I really wanted to actually sell it, again, problem you point to there, Catlip, is then if I'm getting stuff from the community with respect to then selling it, then I've got to get them in on a fraction of the the total profits from selling it. So it all kind of it all gets complicated really fast that way. In those cases where I'll be getting community help, it'd either be they take a percentage of the profit, or I offer them some some freelance sum of total, like I'll give you X amount of money for every man hour of work you do on the artwork for the game or whatever, and that would be what they get from it. But then that ends up being me paying money out before I've even gotten any money in. So, but hey, if I get Twitch affiliate, then that'll be money in from bits and things like that. So who knows? And yeah, anyone that will submit stuff to me in the future, I will have a credit screen in here somewhere, so that you will be properly credited for any stuff you submit to me. Again, haven't gotten around to it. It's a test. Anyway, I've whittled on for long enough. Let's get to some more games. Here we go. Chaotic Observer, you are up this time. Good luck. And while you have your 15-second inspection, I'm just going to get myself some water. Good luck. Siberia is historically part of which country? Russia is correct. Which comedian played Tim Taylor and Buzz Lightyear? Wow. Alan, indeed. The Great Red Spot is a gigantic storm located on which planet in our solar system? That was probably... Did we have multiple Jupiters? What artist was known for cutting off his own ear and sunflowers? Or was it the wrong number? Oh, it was the wrong number. It was 29 Jupiter. Unless someone can see another Jupiter, you gave a different number. Which planet shares its name with the creator of Snickers and Twix? Oh yes, there is another Jupiter. So we got a dupe there, sorry. According to legend, Romulus and Remus founded what city? So yeah, we got another double there. Apologies. Rome is correct. What was Walt Disney's middle name? You're passing that one. Jack Kevorkian was also known by what title due to being a euthanasia proponent? Dr. Death correct. How do you say panda in Spanish? Well, we've had this one already. Panda's correct. What is the colour of the 5 stars found on the flag of China? Yellow is correct. You're going fast here. What is the 7th planet from the sun? Oh, there you go. Uranus, correct. What artist was known for Guernica and his blue period? You've used about half your time now. Still have 2 pit stops. You still have 1 pass. You've used 1 strike. You're pitting. What artist was known for Guernica and his blue period? Now, if you are still kind of lagging behind answering in Spectator, you still can get points for answering late. You're back in play, Chaotic. Still don't know it, pass it. Picasso's correct. If still standing, the Lighthouse of Alexandria would be found in what modern country? Egypt's correct. What is the capital city of South Korea? The capital city of South Korea. Seoul is correct. Or Seoul. Which musical composer wrote The Four Seasons and Magnificat? You got 1 minute 20 left. Still 1 pass and 1 pit stop left. Amadeus is incorrect. But Bailout is active. What flightless bird has flippers instead of wings and lives almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere? One minute left. Still 1 pass, 1 pit. Bailout is active. Penguin is correct. If still standing, the status of Zeus would be found in what modern country? We've got 40 seconds left. Here's your last pit stop. If still standing, the status of Zeus would be found in what modern country? And you can be back into play now. Greece is correct. What desert spans most of southern Mongolia and northern China? Gobi is correct. 30 seconds left. What brother of Pluto was the Greek god of the sky? Still have 1 pass. You will need to bail. Bail. You've bailed out with 21 seconds. You win $100,000. 15 correct. Congratulations. You were going fast. Whew, you were going real fast there. Whoa. Look at that. Chaotic Observer, just as being the hot seat member there with 150. Everyone else there getting bonuses, being faster. Clive of Legend, 183. Jerry, 176. Catnip, third place that time, 162. Tipster, 151. Chaotic, 150. Rex, 145. BMN, 133. Royal Flush, 124. Lupine, 124, tied there. And Cards, 118. Let's see. Here we go. Chaotic is in second place with that performance there. Second place. Just below Jerry. Jerry's still in the lead there with 18 of 20 correct. Oh, yeah. That's definitely wrong. That should say 400,000 there, shouldn't it? And here's the XP leaderboard. Clive still on the top there, 1206. Catnip, 1056. Jerry, 854. Lupine, 826. Tipster, 774. DMM, 744. Rex, 704. Cards, 655. Chaotic, 595. And Cool down there, 590. Oh, okay. I think I'll do just the one more round this time, as we'll be fast approaching the total set of questions until they start repeating too much and it gets too easy. Let's see what people say. Yeah, that was a real good run there, Chaotic. You were really running through that. Yes, Egg Fried, they're all one number out on that best wins leaderboard, etc. Because we realised there was an off by one error. So yeah, this will be my last one for this evening. Just because my throat's now starting to give way. And also the number of questions is getting a bit excessive now. Yeah, Egg Friday is just I did a whoopsie on that on the leaderboard screen. It has counted the right number of points behind the scenes. It's just indexing them incorrectly. There's your hug emote there, Royal. Oh. Yeah, after this one I'll try and get the what do I call it? I'll try and get the database thing up so we can actually see where everyone's positions are. Because it's just SQLite data, it's very easy to open up. So we give everyone a nice little rundown of how well they've done. It won't tell you number of questions correct or wrong. It'll just give you your current XP numbers. But at least for those that are below the top 10, you actually get some info. And if all else, I hope everyone's had fun with this, like I have, because it's been awesome just watching this. Hello again. Yes, I know you want to be in the hot seat, Kat. I know you really desperately do. And Clive's had the time of his life. Oh, good. That's good to hear. You need to rig this. Well, maybe again down the line we could have it be if it's going to be a proper tournament kind of thing, then we'd have sort of a known contestant list that I'd follow through rather than doing it this way. You know, if we're going really proper competitive about it, so that everyone has at least one fair try at being in a hot seat as well as then being spectator for the rest. Because there is kind of a deficit for being the hot seat player XP wise. You can't get the bonuses or decrements for beating the spectators in any way. But that's your opportunity at being a hot seat player and getting an entry on the actual leaderboards that kind of matter. Can we force a player in? Well, yeah, I guess we could if I were to start a room off and hide the screen. I whisper the code to Kat, she joins, and then I start it straight away. She could probably even whisper it to the bot, in fact, so that no one will even know what it is. And then I know as soon as she's joined, then I can start it. I could rig it that way, in theory. But anyway. 15 more seconds and I'll start this final round. And then, yes. Whew. Who knows, it might pick catnip this time. Right then, here we go. Ah, it wasn't catnip. Asset. You are the hot seat player. Good luck. Just Tizzy, if you want to read the instructions there on that link, that should hopefully tell you how it all works. No worries. Good luck, Asset. When referring to an establishment that sells alcoholic drinks, what is the word pub short for? We've had this question before as well. That's it. What video game character is often tasked with saving the kingdom of Hyrule? Often tasked with saving the kingdom of Hyrule. Correct. What US state is known as the Big Apple? New York's correct. What colour is the 0 spot on a roulette wheel? Green is correct. Who partnered with Meriwether Lewis to travel across the western United States? Passing. Prior to the euro, what was the currency of Germany? We used just over a minute. You still have one pass. You've got 2 pits. The mark is correct. Which country was led by Muammar Gaddafi until 2011? Libya is correct. Which letter represents the Roman numeral for 50? L is correct. What animal has the largest ears? Elephant is correct. What regnal position does Elizabeth II hold? We've had this question as well. You've used just about half of your time. 8 questions down. Queen is correct. 9 questions down. What term describes a group of owls or a political legislative body? Pitting. So you've used just about half of your time. This is your first pit stop. What term describes a group of owls or a political legislative body? Now, we had this question before, but it got passed before. You're back in play. Parliament is correct. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is located in which city? Pisa is correct. Jim Davis was the cartoonist behind which widely syndicated comic strip? Garfield is correct. Jack Kevorkian was also known by what title due to being an euthanasia proponent? I had this question. 1 minute 30 remaining. Dr. Death is correct. What was referred to as a girl's best friend according to a popular phrase and song? Still have all 3 strikes intact. 13 questions down. Diamonds is correct. In which European city can you find the home of Anne Frank? Pitting. You're doing well. 14 down. In which European city can you find the home of Anne Frank? You still have 1 pass left. All 3 strikes are still good. You're back in play. Amsterdam is correct. In ice hockey, how many players from each team are allowed to be on the ice at the same time? Passing the question. 1 minute left. Which castle served as inspiration for Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle? Neuschwanstein correct. What cartoon character often avoids getting eaten by Sylvester? 45 seconds remaining. Tweety is correct. What vitamin is produced when a person is exposed to sunlight? The 3 questions away from a million. D is correct. 30 seconds left. What term describes the fear of open spaces or any anxieties stemming from an inability to escape an unsafe environment? 20 seconds left. Bail is active. 15 seconds left. 10. Remember, you got to bail if you want to win. Agoraphobia is correct. You bail with $500,000. Oh, so close. So close. I thought we were going to get $1 million there. Good job. Good job. Whew. Oh, that was good. Right then. Let's see. Clive of Legend, 252. Rex. Rex in second place there, 239. Catnip, 207. BMN, 200. Jerry, 198. Cars, 191. Asset, 190. Lupin, 182. Carmel, 152. Tipster, 151. Let's see where that puts you. Asset. Now, yeah, it's not $1 million. You did get 500. All of these are one-off. This is the correct part. That's the wrong part. But yes, first place. Definitely rightly so, with 19 out of 20. Congratulations. And then let's see the XP table. So the XP table at the end of this evening, Clive of Legend, 1,458 in first place. Catnip, second place, 1,263. Third place, Jerry, 1,052. Fourth place, Lupin, 1,008. Rex Kicks in fifth, 943. Sixth is Tipster, 925. Seventh is DMM, 861. Eighth is RJ Cards with 846. BMN, ninth in with 705. And Asset, 10th place, 692. Oh, and I will get the database up in a moment. I'll just catch up with chat first. Okay, so potential practical issue with Tipster. You got blocked from whispering the bot because of spam. Oh, shit. Well, problem with that, Tipster, is that's out of my control because it's a whisper. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. That's just a limitation of the Twitch IRC system, unfortunately. There's literally nothing I can do about that. Sorry. Bugger. Okay. that's something to be worried about, but I don't know. Egg fry strikes, you just have an unlimited number of them, basically. Yeah, that's just how it works. There's just an unlimited number of them. As a spectator. Yeah. Thank you for making me aware there, Tipster. That's no problem. Yes, I said you probably had a bit of an advantage being the last player there of a limited question set as well. Right, let me see if we can get the full screen desktop window open. Yep, okay. Right, can everyone see this? Okay. I hope you can. And let's close... Actually, let me close it properly, like that. Okay. And then if I drop in the experience database, should be able to browse the data. Here we go. Sort it by XPs. Here we go. Cool. So from 10th place down, we've got Carmel 11th, 663. Chaotic in 12th, 595. Cool, 590. Daniel Peak, 14th place, 569. Cool Dude, 15th. Egg Fried, 16th place there, Egg Fried. There you go. Jason, 17th. Nata, 18th. Royal, 19th. Fabe, 20th. Then Asue, It's My Yard, Grunkle, Samfun, Blue Sonic, Dazarino, Legend of Kabichu, Keshi Head, Hendrid, Paul Aesthetical, No More Eramon, Stoshka, Or Now I'm Happy, My Test Account, Drahushka, Walix, Just TZ, and then 6 other players, including Nightbot, apparently. I didn't know Nightbot was even taking part. Oh yeah, I guess Nightbot would have been taking part because it's just sending messages in public chat, and that still would have been accounted for. Cool. Well, at least that works. Cool. So Nightbot there in basically tied 38th place. Cool. Well, everyone is in there at least. Good question there, Egg Fried Cheese. When is this happening again? I am hoping to. Let's put this back onto this mode here. There's not going to be any game thing to see. I'm hoping to make this a weekly thing, or at the very least fortnightly. I would like to make it weekly, but that really depends on if I can get a good number of people helping me with questions and helping me with just generally trying to improve this. If it was just left to me on my own, I couldn't probably keep it up doing it every week just because I've got full-time job and I've also got band commitments to worry about as well. So so I would like it to be every week if it can be. That would be my aim. But yeah, it's one of those things. I haven't done this streaming thing on a regular basis before, so I don't know how it's going to be like that. But yeah, ideally every week at this time, probably Wednesday 8 p.m. because it seems to work okay for me. And yeah, that's my aim, and it'll be to start with. It'll be just that on its own, and then hopefully more game show related content in the future. Other quiz shows, game shows. So with the other ideas currently floating around is making us a fully fledged 49-1 kind of system. Or there's 1 versus 100, which is my next idea. And there have been some other ideas chucked out there as well. Another one that I thought might work well, just as a sort of a fun thing, just to watch rather than actually be participating all the time, would be Wipeout. I kind of like that idea. It's a nice, simple idea, and I think a lot of people could find that fun. And then I just want to see if I can get any of the stuff that Big John does. The chase, yes, the chase. That would be a good one to look into. Countdown, maybe? I don't know. Countdown's I'm not sure if the fun of that carries over like this does. That's the thing about Wonderwall, is that it's tense. It's a really tense thing, and a Countdown isn't. Countdowns are just like a sort of nice relax, making anagrams out of things. It's just, I don't know, doesn't exude the same kind of hype that I'd find fun on Twitch. I mean, there'll certainly be a place and a niche for it somewhere on Twitch, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'd be where it would be. Russian roulette. Okay, that's a decent idea. Russian roulette. That's a decent idea. Unless the participating people are also in voice chat, will be able to entertain overall. Again, that would be a future idea for things like 1 versus 100. Is that I could play that in 2 different ways. I could play that as everyone plays by chat, or I can play that as the one joins me on Discord or something, and we just chat like you would do on the regular game show, and have the mob or the 100 be the ones that use the chat exclusively. That way, then you could just use public chat without any problems, and just say to the one user, just don't look at Twitch chat, if you could, please. House of Games. Richard Osman sounds good. I actually haven't seen that. And then there is, of course, always Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Problem with that, again, fastest finger first won't really work on Twitch, unfortunately. So that has to be some sort of predetermined sequence or just randomly picked. Deal or No Deal, again, not really a quiz, but it could be fun as just a overall game show. But again, that's just one player playing it wants, and no one else can really influence what goes on. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the ideas. Anyway, that's really good, and thank you very much everyone for just participating and just playing along. I hope you've all had fun. I certainly have, and I hope it becomes a regular thing. I really do, because yeah, I really enjoyed it. Perhaps just have as an option if you don't have questions but wants to do the related stream. Yeah. No worries, Jerry, no worries. Weakest link would be salty. Well, there was the other idea of potentially doing something like 15-1, or I know there was an extended version, like a Christmas special of 15-1 that was extended to something like 25-1, so you could do that as a Twitch played game thing. And that doesn't have to be whispers. That can just be in public chat, because it's just one person's answering a question at any given time, really. Pointless. Now, Pointless would work quite well if I had a good number of people watching it at a time, because then all I actually need is the prompts. I then play it Jackbox style, everyone answers in 100 seconds. That gives me all of my answers I need. I already know the list of possible answers it can be. And then there you go. That's Pointless live. Actually Pointless live. yeah, I'd have to classify the actual answers and that kind of thing, but yes. Or I could do the surveying offline and then just play the results out, as it were. Either or. Yes. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following. Salto also followed there. Thank you. Whew. Thank you. This has been a really good thing for me. just to see it happen and to see so many people really enjoying it. I'm going to be floating around in my Discord, which I'm just going to chuck into chat there. I'll be floating around there for another hour or so. I might even hop in the voice chat and just say hi to people. And just, yeah, shoot the breeze and talk about stuff. Thank you very much. I'll catch you later. Bye.